everyone, and welcome back to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Today, we will discuss an important topic. A crucial part of a student who wishes to study in the USA is applying for the correct college and having the right guide for the entire process. I am Nipasa Pradhan, and I'm thrilled to share with you our guest for the day, Jothsna Kethar, a renowned educational consultant, ADHD coach, and college counselor. Jothsna will share her insights on a topic close to many hearts: scholarship success for students on dependent visas, specifically H4, F2, and L2 visas. Our video will be screened over three parts as Jothsna presents her findings and shares her years of experience. So, for any prospective student who is looking for the correct guidance, this series of videos are treasure trove of insights, tips, and tricks. Trust me, folks, this presentation is not just informative, it's a game changer. Sit back, relax, and get ready to absorb a wealth of knowledge as we delve into the first part of Jothsna's presentation.
Hey there! My name is Jothsna and my students like to call me Coach Jo. I'm an independent educational consultant and a college counselor. I studied from UC Berkeley counseling program, and my mission is to demystify the college process for immigrant parents. You know how complicated this whole college process is. There are way too many moving parts, and I've made it my mission to empower parents and students so that they can create a stellar profile no college can refuse. Okay, so let's start with this presentation where I'm going to go over how to win scholarships on a dependent visa. Okay, because that's an important criteria. There's a lot of misconception, misinformation, assumption, and preconceived notions by parents who are on a dependent visa. And I'm going to demystify that. I'm going to break it down into what the college process is and how a student on a dependent visa can do exceptionally well, because my students have done that. Over 40% of my students are on a dependent visa, right? And I've gotten them a lot of scholarships, acceptances, and everything, and it is possible. You just need to understand the process and work accordingly. Okay, so let's get started. So, winning scholarships as a dependent visa student. A bit about me. I'm an immigrant, of course. I studied in India. I was frustrated with the lack of clarity in the college admission process. When my older son was going through with it, I'm like, why does this have to be so confusing and so convoluted to even find information? So I made it my mission to demystify or to educate parents and students as to how to go through this process. So I left my corporate job to do this, and I've been extremely successful in mentoring and getting my students lots and lots of scholarships and acceptances. Okay, so this is my qualification. I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. I'm a positive psychology coach. I coach ADHD students, and executive functioning coach, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. I'm also a meditation instructor and did my college counseling from UC Berkeley. Okay, so my mission is to help parents and students to demystify or simplify the complicated college admission process. Yes, it is complicated. There are way too many moving parts, and that's why I've created a whole community. My Facebook group, which is called Pioneer Parents. You can join that and share any thoughts of yours or questions, and we have experts to answer them. Okay. Now, quickly over today's agenda, I'm going to show the cost of college, the college admission process, the scholarships that are available, our results, and our edge. Okay, so of course, hang in there till the end. You're going to get a free scholarship guide or a must-have guide to help you apply to scholarships. So our success, I just want to share that my students have gotten into Stanford, Johns Hopkins, UC Berkeley. I mean, I can't fit in all the logos in here, but I've had a tremendous success with my students. And and our counseling results, my students have won over 5 million in scholarships in total. My students typically get accepted to 90% of the colleges. They get multiple scholarship offers, and the number of colleges that they've gotten accepted into is like staggering. So let me go into the college admission process, right? Step by step as to how it works. Okay, so I just want to know what your thoughts are about the college admission process. You can just drop a note here or put your comments in there. I just want to understand. So I want to know what your thoughts are about the college admission process. Please put them on your comments below. I want to remind you that college is a business. It's like run as a corporation, and the person who can afford actually typically wins. And it's also based on supply and demand. And that is the harsh reality that you need to remember. Okay. And cost of attending college. This is the cost of attending, like for example, a not-for-profit, okay, a private college. In-state colleges and public colleges are way lesser, but I just want to share with you what is the cost of attending a private college. It is somewhere in the range of $55,000 to $60,000. And when you look at the cost of attendance, you need to consider room and board, books, transportation, their everything. The tuition fee may be about 36 or 40,000, but on an average, I would say $1,500 to $2,000 a month is their room and board. That is like the ballpark. And also you need to factor in inflation. And so an increase of fee is about like 3 to 4%. And you can receive a lot of scholarships and grants by bringing it down by half, actually. Okay. And I want to share with you, it's not been updated yet, but I want to share with you how much it is to go to an Ivy. They are like very, very expensive, nearly 90 to 95K a year, because this is just the tuition alone that I've mentioned here. So it's nearly 350K to send to Ivy without any scholarships. That is just before adding any scholarships or anything. That's the cost. Okay. And I just want to share how much the cost has gone over years. I mean, it's much more than that. This is not entirely recent, but you can see how much the cost of college has risen over years. Okay. And now coming back to how the college admission process works. Okay, let me remind you that great grades and test scores are not enough. Okay, the admission officer is asking these questions, and they want these questions answered in a student's application. Okay, so they're asking the student, how are your grades? Are you academically capable of our rigor? For example, if it's like Duke or Georgia Tech, it's extremely rigorous, right? What are the unique qualities that you're bringing in? What impact have you done so far? Okay, and does your profile have potential? Okay, so these are some important questions that the college admissions are looking into a student's profile. Okay. And this is how the admission process works in a highly selective college like Duke, for example. There's a regional admissions officer. I live in Pennsylvania, so there's a regional admission officer in Pennsylvania. Delaware, there could be a regional admission officer. So basically, they are residents of that area, but they work for the college. Okay, like for example, Duke. They're working for Duke, but they are residents of, for example, Pennsylvania. They know the makeup of every school that is in that area. So their responsibility is to get the best candidates, right? So they collect the applications, and there's an admissions committee that will review the applications and they will vote. Okay, so you can imagine a boardroom with a long table, with a lot of people, with a lot of discussion and everything. So the regional admission officer has to pitch. Okay, it's like, wow, look at this candidate from Pennsylvania. He do great in Duke. We should accept. or there'll be somebody from Alaska. Hey, we never hire anybody from Alaska. Let's take in a student from Alaska. Or for example, the sports coach will come and tell the regional admission officer, he may send an email or tell everybody that we want to build a swim team. So look for candidates can you give me some candidates that have good swim background that we can build on that. So that's how it works, and the committee votes, okay, and they have results of the voting. One is acceptance. Wow, the student is going to do exceptional, so let's accept. Okay, then there's denial. They didn't cut it. Okay, so I'm not going to take it on. We're not going to accept the student. Or waitlist. Let's see if we can do better. Don't want to reject, but I also want to see if I can get a better student. So I'm going to put it in the waitlist pile. We are going to check that again after we get students in the regular decision process. Okay, so this is the admission process of a college.
And that's a wrap for today's show. Wasn't that presentation by Jothsna just incredible? I know I'm leaving here with a wealth of knowledge. You stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be diving deeper into the second part of Jothsna's insights. And hey, so you don't miss the next episode, make sure to subscribe to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next episode drops in. Are you an IT consultant seeking a new opportunity? We offer job placement services for US citizens, green cards, EADs, and visa holders. We also sponsor various work visas like H-1B, E3, TN, and green cards. 20 plus years of experience in the industry. Exceptional employee benefits. Highly rated by our employees. Global presence with 200 plus recruiters and direct clients. Connect with us. Call us on the number 833-412-8472 or mail us at support@higheritpeople.com or visit our website www.higheritpeople.com.